Small Business Week 2020 has been dubbed the virtual edition, and I'm sure you understand why. This COVID-19 global pandemic has changed the way so many things are being done, and it is no different for this event, a key feature of our Small Business Week of activities. This year, the Youth Forum is dubbed a virtual youth forum. Gone are the days where we would have met at the hotel conference room and shared a number of experiences, videos, and expos from our participating schools. We now have to do it online. But I can assure you that this broadcast today will maintain the high standard and the quality that you have become accustomed to for our annual Youth Forum. I'm excited about this because the Enterprise in Action Youth Program is now in its 11th year. And at this time, we too have to change the way we go about organizing this event for our secondary schools as we go forward. It is the new normal. And so in this Virtual Youth Forum today, we have several presentations from our participating schools. Our 4th and 5th formers have worked hard during the last academic period. They've prepared many presentations that will share with you their experiences, their journey in understanding a little bit more about entrepreneurship, understanding how to start a business and actually how to run a business at the various schools. But in addition to that, our teachers are also here with us, and they'll tell us their experiences in this process. We thank them for helping us to work with our students, to keep them engaged, keep them motivated, and ensure that the innovative and creative ideas were forthcoming to help with the development of our projects. Sit back, relax, as they say, and enjoy the presentations we have for you today in this virtual Youth Forum. Now, before I go, let me say a heartfelt thank you to not only our students, not only our schools and teachers, but our sponsors as well for continuing their support with the association in being able to finance this event each year for our schools. It is my pleasure, therefore, at this time, to welcome you to our Virtual Youth Forum, to say good morning and thank you for participating today in this event. God bless.
Thank you, Senator Holder, for that lovely welcome. Good morning, everyone. My name is Mario Carter, and I will be your host for today. During the academic year 2019 to 2020, 267 students from 13 secondary schools across the island participated in the Enterprise in Action Youth Program. During the year, the students were introduced to the principles of entrepreneurship, first in theory and then in practical. For the theory, the students were given a workbook which covered a host of topics that were delivered by small business owners and entrepreneurs within their respective fields. For the practical, the association gave the students some seed capital that they may go out and start their own businesses within their schools. Due to COVID-19, some of these students did not have the opportunity to launch their business. However, some of them did. And today, we will hear from all the students that participated on their experiences during the program. But before we go to the first set of students, I want to let all the students know that today we have some prizes for you. And all you have to do is comment the name of your school in the comment section below to have a chance to win these prizes. So without further ado, let's introduce the first set of students that will present this morning.
Hi, my name is Makil Guinness. I'm a member of Cocoa Mix, which is a small business that sells coconut punch. The business comprises of 4 members, Raquan Bispham, Terrell Silly, Simeon Jilts, and myself, Makil Guinness. The business started as, well, the 4 of us were throwing ideas as to come up with a business idea. We started off as we wanted to do printed shirts, tie-dye shirts, but we soon came to the realization that everybody was doing that. So then we looked at where beverages concerned. There are not a lot of beverages concerning coconut. So then Raquan Bispham came up with the idea and said he knows how to make coconut punch, so we could sell coconut punch. And then myself, Makil Giddings, came up with the idea, let's not just do regular old coconut punch, let's add a twist to it. Let's do spices, let's do ginger, a variation. So basically, we did coconut punch with spices, coconut punch with ginger, coconut punch with bay leaf, and of course, we had the plain coconut punch. Our first sales day, we started off slow, but it started to pick up. The only reason we started off slow is because it was our first time interacting with people to come and buy a product that we produce. So we were kind of scared to talk to people. But as people passed by and asked about the product, we built our confidence to talk to people and to get them to come and try the product. As people came to try the product, we realized that we had good remarks and people enjoyed it. People made comments that it's a good balance of spice, a good balance of ginger, a good balance of bay leaf, and people said that it is a drink that they will drink as a refreshing drink while they're on the beach sitting down, or if there is a game after cricket. People gave us like even tips on where we could sell them and what's not. One of our major fails and setbacks was like coconut punch with ginger. Sometimes we would have made the ginger too strong, sometimes we would have made the ginger too little. It was a mix up, and we were not getting a proper variation in the balance of the coconut punch and the ginger. So that was one of our major setbacks, and we had cut that from the selection of coconut punch. One of our major goals is to actually put it in the hotels when they reopen and what's not, because is to give tourists the Caribbean flavor of what coconut can be used for. And that's one of our major goals we would like to do in future references wise. But overall, our selling and remarks wise is very good. People like the product. Thank you to the Small Business Association for helping me push the business cocoa mix to the next level in ways I cannot even comprehend. They have helped me by giving me tips such as how to run a business, how to publicize the business, um, how to market it. They also give us a small fund to supplement in getting the business to the next level, and it has really pushed the business a lot. And I just want to extend my sincere and warm thank you to them, and it has been a wonderful journey with them, and I thank you very much.
When it sits on the buds, it is so tantalizing.
This cocoa mix feeling is so memorizing.
Daily, ginger, we got the whole list.
Spice plain punch is what you cannot miss.
Cause it's craziness in the sip, craziness in the cup, craziness in the bottle if you cannot get enough. If you want more of it, then call one of us. Crazy taste for every sip. Closing out.
Peace and love.
Hi, my name is Naisha Mears. I am a student of the Small Business Management class at the Graydon City Secondary School. The name of my business is Sensational Accessories, and this business consists of 5 owners: Naisha Mears, Nikhil Nichols, Tiffany Kent, Ravonda Booms, and Sherry Weeks. Within the group, we made puffballs that were not only suitable for one gender or generation, but for all to enjoy. To advertise our business, we use WhatsApp, the school, other businesses, but mainly Instagram. During the course of this experience, we learned a lot from Mr. Carter and Mr. Homer, others on the working force, and young entrepreneurs like ourselves. The challenges we had this year was packaging. We didn't really have a vivid idea on how we wanted to package our product or the expense. Cooperation of group members was another challenge. Sometimes everyone would not agree with the decision the group member decided to make, and it would be some days where some members would not feel like working, and that would hinder the teamwork and how we would normally cooperate. In making the product, it was not extremely a hard task. Everyone just had to learn how to do it and the correct way. Overall, customers were very happy because one person would buy a puffball and would come back and buy more. Also, we would get orders from more than one person for more than one item. I would like to thank my teacher, Mr. Paris, and Miss Bryan for helping us along the way. Also, the Small Business Association for giving us this opportunity to start our own business. I have become a wiser entrepreneur, and I am encouraged to start my own business and use what I have learned. So thank you for giving us this opportunity.
The students participating in the Treasury business are of the St. Michael's School. We're part of Ms. Barrow's four-form accounts class ranging from 42 to 45. I'm Kristen Rock, and I'll be presenting today. We found the theoretical training to be insightful as it allowed us to map out our plans in group discussions. Our favorite part was hard to decipher since we really enjoyed all activities such as brainstorming business names and ideas, along with budgeting and finding quality items at reasonable prices that could be used as a base for our business. The physical experience was a little more challenging since the group had to find time outside of our school hours to shop for materials to produce our product, and for time in between classes to package our products. Using our accounts class was not always an option, seeing as we were attempting to cover topics in the syllabus and to prepare for exams. We chose both the business name and model by a voting system. After brainstorming, we had multiple other business names, but we decided on the name Treasure Treats. Treasure Treats was formed as a business that sells seasonal products on occasions such as Valentine's Day, Easter, and everywhere granted the opportunity, events like Christmas, anniversaries, weddings, birthdays, etc. Example, our Valentine's Day sale offered packages full of decadent chocolate and sweet treats along with roses. The runner-up business was a stationery business, but this was later moved on since we found Treasure Treats to be more appealing. We also planned a sale day for the last day of school, but this was not possible since we had an early and unexpected ending to our term. We started our business with $200 startup capital from the Small Business Association after our sale day. And considering our finances, the excess of income over expenditure was $245.56. I would say that this is the start of greater things. It is an accomplishment seeing as we were only able to have one sale day, as I stated earlier. The challenge came when it came to finding days that worked for everyone to further develop our plan. But we were able to put ourselves together for a profitable income. This program is great for extroverts who thrive around others and introverts who are learning to express their ideas in group settings. We learned how to motivate each other by making this activity fun, and it was mildly challenging. I would recommend this program to others who are interested in business, since there are seminars which offer vital information to young budding entrepreneurs like us in the area of planning and executing a business idea.
Hi, my name is Desiree Silly, and I am a student of the Christchurch Foundation School. My classmates Ashley, Jakeem, Dante, and I are a part of the Enterprise in Action Youth Program 2019 to 2020. We are here today to talk about our experience. During this program, we garnered a new skill of making natural skincare products, such as soaps and scrubs. We worked together to establish profitable businesses while strengthening our financial knowledge, management, and teamwork skills.
This experience was tense at first, but later became enjoyable because we learned how to work together and communicate to form a good bond. As you can tell, our favorite topic would have been teamwork because it taught us to know and understand each other better and also helped us in making decisions to better our business together.
Our brainstorming process was governed by the amount of money lent to us to establish our business. Shampoo was over the budget and pastry was done year in front by the other class. In conclusion, we decided to enter natural skincare products offering soaps, face masks, and scrubs.
A difficulty we had with our business was finding someone to teach us how to make the scrubs. Eventually we found a lady named Sharon from Sister Naturals. She came to our school and showed us the ingredients and how to mix them. We even had a class where we actually made scrubs, which we used as samples. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we weren't able to sell any products, but regardless, I would still like to give a special thanks to the Small Business Association for doing this program, Sharon from Sister Naturals, and everyone who taught us how to make a business.
Hi, my name is Faith Taylor. I'm in 4th at the Spring Memorial School. I'm a part of the Enterprise in Action Youth Program 2019 to 2020. During the year, I learned a lot about businesses. My favorite topic is marketing because as a future business owner, it taught me a lot about how to get people to buy my products. It was very easy for the class to understand because of the practical examples given by the tutor. For the practical part of the class, we had to start a business. Me being the president, all the ideas from the team members came to me. One of the ideas were pins and keychains for independence. That didn't work out because we wanted a product that could be sold throughout the year. The second idea was to do smoothies, and that didn't work out because the year in front didn't, and we wanted to be original. Our last idea was event planning in form of a fact, but that didn't work out because we did our research and it wasn't feasible. So finally, we decided to start an event business called Futuristic Events. We were planning to do a movie night and an after party. We had persons to sell food and drinks. We were also in the process of getting people to come and perform at the after party. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19 and the island shutdown, our plans were put on pause. We were unable to execute our movie night, but we are hopeful in the future to get it done. As the president of the class, I have learned patience, how to be a better leader, and how to be more understanding. For instance, if a student chooses a topic and I don't want to do it, or somebody else in the group don't want to do it, that don't mean that we can't do it overall. So it teaches me how to compromise. I would recommend anybody to do this program because we're learning and we're still having fun at the same time. So I would take this time to thank the Small Business Association for giving me a chance in this program.
Those were some interesting businesses, weren't they? That's right. But don't worry, we still have more to come. But before we get there, let's hear from a young Barbadian entrepreneur who built a business and then had to navigate his way through the COVID-19 pandemic. So let's hear from Avinash Vaswani, owner of Alvasco Barbados Limited, on how he survived the COVID-19 pandemic.
Hi, my name is Avinash Vaswani. I am the managing director and founder of Alvasco Barbados Limited. I'm 28, and today I'm here to tell you a bit about myself. Alvasco Barbados was founded in 2016, just around, and we focus on helping companies across the Caribbean improve their branding, or at least that's what we started by doing. I think our mission that I came up with was to help others stand out in the marketplace, and we do this through providing them with branding solutions or building branding solutions for them, or wide variety of things as long as we're able to do it different and add value to what currently exists. I became an entrepreneur out of wanting to learn more about what it takes to handle myself. I studied economics, and no, I never thought I would be doing what I do today at that point in time. When I was in school, I went to Harrison College, and I think a lot of, at that point, we're surrounded by people who are very intellectual. I don't want to say intelligent, because it could be intelligent and not intellectual, but very book smart, very intellectual, and I got all ones at CXC. So, you know, at that point in time, when people ask you what you want to be, you feel like you feel almost compelled to answer them with something that sounds like heavy-duty education. And so I was like, I want to be an investment banker, because that at the time was, you know, what seemed attractive and lucrative. And so I studied economics so I can go into investment banking, and I can comfortably say I have never been an investment banker in my life. So I came back to Barbados. I worked for a couple companies once I graduated for a couple years, and I reached a point that, I don't know, I just felt very closed off in a particular corner. I don't think it's that I would not work for anybody. It's just that I had a particular way that I wanted to do what I did. So I say all that to say, I went into entrepreneurship because I wanted to try doing it my way. Did I have pushback? Sure. I think I'm 28 now, I've been in business 4 years. I was 23 at the time. And I had just moved out, like hot and sweaty, right? Like just, I don't know, like you just reached a point and you just want to try a new way. So you move out and you say you're gonna start your own business, like two big life-changing things all in one. And most importantly, I didn't have a business. I didn't have like an existing business that was there, or I didn't have like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. It did not happen like that for me, and for a great reason. So I had a lot of pushback that I was taking a huge risk with my life, but nevertheless, I started my business, Alvasco, not necessarily that I sat down in a room and I said, well, this is what I'm gonna do. It was more looking at who I knew in business in Barbados, or who owned businesses, who had a little money or whatever, and saying, what do they want? You know, because a lot of people make the mistake of building businesses for them, which means that you sit down and you think about what you would like to do. And you do it, and then it doesn't necessarily take off how you expected, and you wonder why. Even I have made that mistake before, if I'm being honest. But with Alvasco, I was fortunate. I needed money. I had moved out. I had no money to pay my rent. And I went to a couple people that I knew. And I said, well, you know, how can I help you? What are some of the challenges you're having in your business? And one of them identified that they wanted some branded material, and it was very costly in this part of the world. And I was like, well, that's easy. I mean, at the time of saying it, I don't think I really knew anything much about what they wanted, even though they may not have realized that at the time, but I figured it out. And that's the key skill of being an entrepreneur is not what you know, but how quickly you can learn and land on your feet. And that is like basically off through the blocks I was. First order, and from there, you know, you kind of just figure it out as you go along. COVID. So in our industry, crop over is kind of like a big deal. I don't know if it's that way necessarily you make a lot of money in crop over, because if I'm being honest, a lot of the businesses at very discounted rates and so forth, because you're dealing with a lot of promoters and budgets are tight and whatsoever it is. So come like February, March, I could sense that one way or the other through the whole, even if COVID itself wasn't a real big deal, it did not become a big deal, which at that point in time we didn't know whether it would or it wouldn't. The social distancing aspect would probably impact crop over. And so my heart started to tell me I need to diversify. I need to start thinking of what I'm gonna do. Because the first thing I will say, the difference between a business and a hustle is that a hustle is sometimes, a business is all the time. A business is not about a year and then you take a break. It's every day of every month, of every week, and every one of those days I have as many as 10 people that are relying on my brain and my efforts to ensure that they have a reason to come work and that I have money to pay them. So I can't just sit down in February and say, well, I feel good. I need to make sure I have work even when there's COVID, because I take it upon myself that when people give you their most valuable asset, which is their time, I, in return, have to make sure that I have something for them as well. And I understand it's been really, really hard. And as a small business, you know, with only 10 people to cater to, it's a lot easier to be nimble and come up with some of these quick decisions to shift focus. And a lot of the larger companies in Barbados may not be able to do that, and therefore they have no choice but to, you know, lay off their staff. But for me, I am very, very proud to say that through COVID and up till now, every one of my staff is still working full-time without a pay cut. So the advice I would give somebody who's young and trying to decide whether they want to go into entrepreneurship or not is to just focus on being curious. Being curious means learning and questioning simultaneously, because learning means understanding how things are currently done. Questioning is asking, well, why can't it be done this way? And eventually, if you continuously, you're curious, you know, you get some experience. Pick an industry, you know, at 16, 17, like, it doesn't harm you in any way. It benefits you a lot to get some experience in a business setting, as long as it's the right experience that you can actually learn something from it in terms of how are invoices created, what are traditional terms, how do you import things, how do you make things. Like, this knowledge, like, is not handed out on Google. So if you don't have it through experience, if you start a business tomorrow, you need to know a lot of things. If you've not got the experience, no one's gonna teach you. So you'll be in a tight spot. So as a young person, it's important to get experience, but remain curious, because you may not be what you can be in 10 years today. So big shout out to all of you that would have completed the Enterprise in Action Youth Program. I think what you need to remember is, it's very important, it makes you feel good. The largest company in the world, the biggest and the smallest, there are still things that are in common. The same principle of business, it does not really change. So don't ever feel that by doing something on a very small scale that it means you're not going to take good knowledge that you can then transfer into when you grow your big great idea, or when you have the right moment in your life. Take as much as you can out of what you learn and every little thing that happened. I remember one time I stopped on the side of the road and I gave $10 to a peanut vendor to explain his business model to me. And to this day, there are things that he taught me that, as somebody who studied economics and marketing, were the same things I learned there. It was no different. The format and the way he conveyed the messaging to me may have been in his words, but the principle didn't change. So pay attention, keep working hard, focus, and stop minding other people. Figure out what you want for yourself and go for it. And nobody can tell you different.
Thank you, Avinash, for sharing with us how you navigated COVID-19. And we wish you many successes in the future. Now, let's get back to the students as they continue to tell us about their experiences in the Enterprise in Action Youth Program for the academic year 2019-2020. And students, remember, be sure to comment the name of your school in the comment section below for a chance to win one of the many prizes. Let's go.
My name is Anthony. I go to St. George Secondary School and I am in the Form 4G1. This year, I participated in the Enterprise in Action Youth Program. The name of our business was called Dollar Gods. We chose this name because we realized students at our school like to buy things for $1. The other group started a car washing business called Splish Splash. My favorite topic was market research. This is my favorite topic because I was able to go around the different classes and ask the students what snacks they were interested in buying and what was the amount of money they were willing to pay. The amount of money they were willing to pay was $1, and that's where the name Dollar Gods was created. At first, we were going to sell cupcakes. but then our baker became ill. So we decided to sell snacks. Fruit roll-ups, salt belts, tickies, and airheads. By selling these snacks, it was a huge success. So then we went on to asking a teacher at our school for a popcorn machine. We used the money from the snacks we sold and bought the oil, seeds, and bags. Later on, this too was a huge success. The other group wanted to deliver lunch, but it was too time consuming. So they asked the teachers if they were willing to have their cars washed, and that is how Splish Splash was formed. They washed several cars every day during lunchtime, and they too were successful. For the business dollar gods, some of the challenges experienced were that no one wanted to go to town to check the prices or purchase the snacks. Some group members got discouraged due to conflict in personal relationships, and other vendors at the school were selling the same products, and we had to negotiate to get our products sold. For the business Splish Splash, they never worked together as a team, nobody wanted to take the leadership role, and there was not enough time during the lunch period to wash cars. Some of the skills my peers and I learned were money management, public speaking, communication, team building, and leadership skills. I would recommend that all students do this program because it teaches you how to make and manage money, and it gives you the opportunity to meet new people and do new things like me talking on this video. I want to say thank you to the Small Business Association for providing me with this opportunity, and I look forward to supporting the next class of the Enterprise in Action Youth Program at the St. George Secondary School.
Hi, my name is Arisha Husbands of Foreign Foivoy, representing the Alliance School. I'm a part of the Enterprise in Action Youth Program. The theoretical training was an interesting experience for me. I love understanding the aspects that occur in a business that is usually not seen by the public. My favorite topic was understanding how to market for my business. I really enjoyed the practical part of the business, but it became a bit tiring since I was still at school. My group chose to create a business that dealt with skincare, specifically soaps. At first, we wanted to create a business that dealt with food, but our teachers insisted that we try something different and unique. We did research on various natural ingredients and paired them to create the perfect soap for our customers. We allowed our friends, family, and teachers to try our soaps and give their honest reviews. The challenges we faced this year were meeting and making the products. This occurred due to the fact that my members had SPS to complete and our lunchtimes were the only free time we had. Also, some of my group members were very lazy when it came to assisting with the production of soaps. The business did well financially for the past couple of months. However, COVID-19 put a halt to our production process since schools were closed abruptly in March, which resulted in our business, Angel Care, being closed as well. This resulted in us not receiving as much profit as expected. We sold at our school's pet rally and earned just under $100. Thankfully, we gained many customers since displaying our work at the showcase hosted by the Small Business Association, and we would like to say thank you. This year reinforced the idea of working as a team because it was basically academically wise for my group. I would definitely say my communication skills improved, and voicing my opinions and allowing others to do so as well. I would recommend this program to other students not only because it teaches you how to run a business, but you learn time management and entrepreneurial skills. Also, it allows children to see that there are opportunities out there for them to do what they love.
My name is Brianna Hardy.
And I'm Kalia Blackman.
And we are students of the Barbados Seventh-day Adventist Secondary School. We were introduced to the Enterprise in Action Youth Program through a representative from the Small Business Association. Through this program, we were exposed to how to properly start and run our own small businesses. We learned many different topics such as budgeting and pricing goods. We learned in pricing goods that there are many different factors such as overhead costs and labor. My favorite topic was marketing. This was my personal favorite because I got to take a look into how the producer marketed to the consumer. We took part in an activity where we sent out surveys to find out who we were selling to, and what we would be selling for our small business.
As my colleague may have mentioned, we were given the opportunity to start and manage our own business. And in doing so, we applied the theoretical knowledge learned to do that.
We decided to come up with a confectionery business called Delicious Treats.
Now, to fully start off our business, we had to focus on what product we were going to produce, at what price we'll be selling it at, where we'll be selling it, and who we'll be selling it to. We had one challenge, and that was we decided on to sell ice cream, but it did not fit into our budget. We decided to scratch the whole idea.
We came up with a new idea to sell pastries. Unfortunately, we couldn't follow through the plan of selling pastries due to COVID-19, but we would have loved to have the opportunity.
However, this SBA program is a very interesting and motivational one to be in.
Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the program, and I would definitely advise for other students to join. It taught me different skill sets, such as leadership. Overall, the program was very informative, and I would love for y'all to try it.
We've now heard from the schools that participated in the Enterprise in Action Youth Program. And while all schools did not have the opportunity to launch their businesses, we can all agree that they learned a great deal over the year. But this program would not be possible. These students would not be launching businesses without the support of the teachers at the schools. So let's hear from the teachers now about this program, how it has impacted their students, and why they would recommend this program to other students and schools.
Hi, my name is Deborah Holder from the Frederick Smith Secondary School. And I just want to say it was such an amazing opportunity to work with the Small Business Association on their Enterprise in Action Youth Program, because it truly helped our young people at our school to develop their entrepreneurial thinking. I found it an amazing experience to see when my students completed the program that they continued their own businesses. One student decided that she would continue by doing the Cosmetic Palace, where she started doing eyelashes and lip glosses. Another student who decided to work with natural soaps, as it was our last project that we worked on. I think it's so important for our young people to truly develop this entrepreneurial thinking, because it's going to help our country and our nation move forward. We need new products and new ideas coming out from our young people, because they are the way forward. I just want to say my kudos to the Small Business Association for continuing this program among the schools. I really had an amazing time, and I'm really grateful that I had the opportunity to work with the program for the last 2 years. It has been an amazing opportunity. Great job, Small Business Association.
Hi, my name is Stacey Payne Cashier. I'm a teacher of the Barbados Seventh-day Adventist Secondary School. I want to encourage you to join the Enterprise in Action Youth Program by the Small Business Association. This program encourages and exposes you to becoming your own entrepreneur. Therefore, I will encourage you to take on this program, because it allows our students, our young people of tomorrow's world, to be able to manage their own business. They will gain skills not only in theory, but for the practical aspect of developing their own business. They will learn how to market, how to budget. They will also learn how to handle their employees. They will also learn the different sales techniques. What the persons of the program do under their directions of the book that they would have given the students is to give them guidelines. The book encourages and shows them how to go about developing their own product or service. And from there, the students are able now to get a hands-on experience. What we normally would have been doing this year would have been going out to create the product. But amid the strides and the issues that we would have presently, our students will press forward this school year into this program and get hands-on experience on what it's like to be an entrepreneur in our school. I want to encourage you, if you have not joined this program, or if you had, continue in this program, because as a teacher, it helps us to help our students to be the future of tomorrow.
Hello, I'm Deirdre Nichols, a teacher at St. George Secondary School. I am pleased to be the facilitator for the Enterprise in Action program. During this program, the students were made aware of the various stages involved in establishing a successful enterprise. I witnessed the students develop leadership and communication skills as they promoted the business venture through advertising to the student body during assembly. The students also gained first-hand experience in working as a team and striving to achieve their goals. While there were some challenges, the benefits were certainly noticeable as students emerged more self-confident, determined, and action-oriented. I am happy to endorse this Enterprise in Action program and recommend that this program be adopted in all schools across the island. I would also recommend that a component that demonstrates how to move the business online become part of the overall program. On behalf of the principal, staff, and students of St. George Secondary, I would like to thank the leadership and members of the Small Business Association for pursuing this innovative initiative. Thank you.
After 6 years of Graydon City Secondary School and I, Brian Paris, being involved in the Enterprise in Action initiative, we'd like to congratulate the Small Business Association for their continued support in our business and cultural aspects of our school. Through the years, our students have developed their entrepreneurial skills and concepts, but also the program has helped reinforce the expert skills such as culinary arts, craft, cosmetology, building and construction, business, and the list goes on. The hugest takeaway would be the program's reinforcement of social skill of responsibility. I bear witness of our students actually developing themselves as responsible individuals, planning and executing an event like Pink Day on October the 4th last year. Their involvement in the program actually saw students, board of management, or scholars and teachers participating in the event. And it was an event that was actually headlined in Barbados Today and the Nation newspaper. And from that, we saw the transformation of a more culturally active and engaged student and a more responsible student. To this end, we like to congratulate the Small Business Association, and we hope that they continue to be a supporting pillar of our nation's student development.
The Springer Memorial School has been participating in the Enterprise in Action program from its inception, and this decision was made because we anticipated that the partnership could further assist the school in delivering a quality curriculum. The program affords students the opportunity to experience the process of not only establishing a business, but also understanding what is required to ensure its success. Initially, the program was offered to students of the upper 5th small business class, and each year they eagerly anticipated the start because of what they have seen happening the previous year among their peers. It gives students who were either already operating a side hustle or had a business idea to further develop their skills or to bring that idea to operational level. Students also looked forward to the summer work attachment to further hone their skills. Years later, we decided to offer the program through the Health and Family Life Education Unit, and this has resulted in an unforeseen benefit where students who are not pursuing the CSEP business curricula but who have an interest in setting up a business are able to capitalize on the opportunity. Passion for success and a positive competitive spirit become evident as students are observed across the campus selling their products. Team building and conflict resolution are some of the valuable skills developed as they interacted with their peers who sometimes did not share the same passion and interest in the entrepreneurial journey, but it augured well for them because they had to learn how to work with others and how to interact with the different personalities to bring out the best in them. Confidence and being bold were necessary attributes to get their products sold out because, after all, that was the goal. Each year, students eagerly anticipate the hosting of the Youth Symposium, where they offer products for sale and rub shoulders with their peers from across the island, while reporting on their business experiences. Such experiences certainly contribute to the ongoing development of our country's youth, many of who continue to pursue the entrepreneurial journey, whether immediately after completing secondary education or after attaining professional qualifications and deciding to set up a business. I wish to commend the Small Business Association for continuing to enhance this program, which contributes to the development of entrepreneurship in our country. Thank you.
Those were some kind words from some of the teachers that participated in the Enterprise in Action Youth Program over the last year. As you would have heard, some of them would have been part of the program for many years and some just one. But we can all agree the impact of this program is tremendous for our students. And I want to encourage everyone listening, if you are not part of the Enterprise in Action Youth Program, contact the Small Business Association to find out how you can be a part of the program for 2020 to 2021. So moving along on the program, we have another exciting young Barbadian entrepreneur, but this time in the entertainment industry. You know him, I know him, we all know him. He's well renowned. He's conquered the world in his field. I'm not going to introduce him, I'm going to let him introduce himself to you. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please stand by.
Hey folks, what's going on? My name is Andre Paris, also known as DJ Puffy. I'm 28 years old, and yeah, I'm a DJ, Red Bull Music 3-Style world champion, producer, engineer, entrepreneur, designer, all that. Why did I become a DJ? I would say that this career chose me. I was mainly into IT and computer science before when I was in school, and I really wasn't studying becoming a DJ at all. But I found the hobby when I was around 15, 16 at Commer, and I decided, yeah, well, you know, if this is gonna be something that I like, then I can invest my time and my energy into it, you know. Buying a laptop or having a laptop, which was mainly used for school, I downloaded a program called Virtual DJ, and this was my little toy when I just started. And I remember using this program to create a kind of like an online radio for my friends while they were, you know, at home after school and after classes and stuff. And that was what really allowed the name DJ Puffy to kind of start spreading to like the other high schools and people that were, you know, kind of getting school at Harrison College and QC and all that. So yeah, that's a long story short. This was a hobby. This wasn't supposed to be a career, but we started there and now we're here. So yeah. When I told my family members I wanted to be a DJ, I remember my dad not being with it at all. He was just like, yo, well, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. This is not a sure thing. I mean, my mother wasn't or is an entertainer already. So she understood and she supported me. But I remember my dad giving me a lot of the friction, saying, well, yo, this is not really a real career. You know, you need something more stable. Being in the entertainment industry is frivolous on a whole. So he wasn't really on that whole DJ thing. You know, he was more stuck toward having something more blue collar or black and white, aka the IT, something that would have been more sustainable, more stable, something that wasn't really affected by too many external factors. And that, while that's understandable, there are people who are able to make it work, you know what I mean? So with the support of my mom, who was an entertainer, she kind of gave me that freedom to go ahead and to dabble in the industry. And I think that kind of pushed me through it a little bit more, as opposed to having two parents that were kind of rigid and didn't really give me the support that was necessary. Outside of my family, there are plenty people up to this day that say that DJing is not a feasible career. I've definitely had issues where, you know, I would walk into where was this place? I was getting a passport, so I went to immigration, and I went to the office, and I was signing up for a new passport. And back last year before, I was traveling a lot, so I would have to get new passports like twice, 3 times a year. And the lady would ask me, so what's your occupation? And I would say, well, yo, I'm a DJ. And I remember the lady asking me one specific time, so you can put that on the form? And I was like, yeah, you know, my paycheck might be just as much or more than yours. So, you know, so funny story. But yeah, up to this day, people do say, yeah, that this whole being a DJ is not a real thing. And even in certain like financial institutions, it's very difficult if you don't have your business set up properly with the registration and the black and white and all the things that you need to do in order to set up a successful business on paper. The accounting side of things, people would say, well, yo, is not a real thing. Well, I remember coming home. I came home from Moscow in March, and I was supposed to spend 2 weeks home in Barbados, go to Jamaica for Carnival, and then fly back to Moscow for another 2 weeks. So I had my downtime here, and I was just chilling, catching myself after spending a month in Trinidad with Marshall. And it's only really, I would say, 6 weeks in that I started to be like, okay, well, I haven't been on a plane in a while. What's going on, world? You know? Yeah, to me, all through my travels and my business endeavors, my parents always made it known, you know, it was important to save. If it's one thing that I was big on was financial literacy, so saving at least 65-70% of your income, that was a really important thing for me. So financially, I would say that I was kind of prepared for it, but mentally, I was like, all right, cool, I was ready to get back on the road. But now, I'm not on the road. I'm still here in Barbados. We're like, 5 months later, and we still here. Yes, things have been difficult because at the end of the day, I'm not traveling like I was, aka I'm not working like I was before. However, I was able to shift my mind in a different gear, and I was focused on things digitally. Yes, there are performances online. Yeah, we are doing shows and festivals online. We're pre-recording shows and stuff. But I was also able to take a step back, look at my fan base, look at what people have seen over the last 5 years, look at what they would have been requesting from me over time, really reconnect with them and say, well, yo, I got all this time on my hands. Where is y'all want to see? Where is y'all want? And kind of recalibrate and be able to monetize different avenues and create different revenue streams through the wants and needs of my supporters and fans. So I find like that has definitely been a shift in right direction for me in terms of navigating through COVID. I now have different businesses set up online to facilitate the needs of those people, whether it's radio or vocal drops or sound effects or video drops or even we're launching something which would be an online mentorship program for young DJs and entrepreneurs as well. So maybe you guys want to check that out. That's going to be coming really soon. In the next coming weeks we're going to be doing that. So yeah, it's been difficult in terms of navigating in your brain space, and this thing has been unexpected, and the uncertainty is definitely nerve-wracking, but we've been embracing the unknown and kind of shifting toward things more digitally and online and allowing our space to kind of grow there. Yeah, so that's kind of what we've been doing in a nutshell. What advice would I give to students interested in entering the entertainment industry? Well, what advice would I give to people in general? One, keep learning. Never stop learning. You understand? Up to now, I still go on YouTube and try to read books and ask people things and ask questions, and I'm forever a student of the craft. You understand? So never think that you know it all. You could be a world champion, you could win X amount of awards, you never know everything, and you could learn something from everybody. You understand? Stay humble in that sense too. So that'll be number 2. Always try to bring yourself, do some self-reflection, bring yourself down and understand, all right, cool, how can I better myself? How can I improve? Are there any things that I'm lacking? Yes. If so, how can I improve that? What steps can I take to implement? What things can I implement, or what practices can I implement to kind of better myself and allow myself to have and be a better product? So those 2 things I would say to anybody, kind of implement. To people looking to get into the entertainment industry, it is difficult. It is hard. So if this is what you're if this is what you're gonna do, please plant your feet. Understand it's not gonna be an easy road, and nobody owes you anything. You're gonna knock on some doors, and they're going to remain closed. People ain't gonna want to hear you, but stick it out and find a way. And if you don't see a road, build the road if you can. So believe in yourself, fight hard, make sure you love this thing before you decide to dabble in it, and don't be afraid to ask questions and reach out to other people. Another thing, as a young person, utilize your network. You have friends, and your friends have friends, and your friends' friends and your friends will be your core network, your initial foundation. You understand? So if you plan to throw a party, or you go on mixtape, or you decide, I want to do this thing, use your friends to kind of say, all right, cool, help me out. This is what I'm doing. Help me out here. Boost my thing. Share my post. Share my video. Tweet my song. You understand? Because a little one of those little gestures could go a long way. You understand? Utilize your friends and that network. And that's a big thing. So yeah, my name is Puffy, and I appreciate y'all listening to me for this time. I hope that something stuck, and you guys can reach out to me as well on Instagram or on my website, djpuffy.com. We got a chat thread that pops up. Just shoot me a thing. It comes straight to my email, and I respond to most of them. So thanks a million, fellas and ladies.
Thank you, DJ Puffy, for taking the time out to be a part of the program this morning. We hope that your story has been an inspiration to one of the many young entertainment entrepreneurs out there. To run this program, it takes money. And if I may borrow the words of my CEO, Senator Holder, who borrowed those words from a former Prime Minister, we all know that it takes cash to care. And without sponsors, this program would not be possible. So at this time, I would like to invite some of our sponsors to say a few words.
K Shepherd Card Services is pleased to sponsor the Small Business Association Enterprise in Action program. This program exposes secondary school students to the world of business and is delivered by industry leaders. The K Shepherd Group had the opportunity to interact with students when we delivered a number of modules of the program, namely human resources, marketing, and personal branding. We wish to applaud the Small Business Association on their commitment to the growth and development of our youth, the future business leaders of our nation.
Students, ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached the end of today's program, and I want to thank you all for joining us here online. There are now 2 events left in Small Business Week 2020, our annual general meeting for our members and the annual award ceremony on Friday night. And I want to invite all of you here on this broadcast to join us on the same page at 4 p.m. on Friday as we reward all those small businesses who have been outstanding during the year. Ladies and gentlemen, students, my name is Mario Carter. Thank you for joining us.